Have you ever poured a glass of wine and just wondered, what's its story? I mean, really wondered what makes it so special. It's never just the grape, is it? It's a whole story of a place, of history, of culture. So today, we are diving deep into a world-famous Malbec from Mendoza, Argentina, to find out exactly what story is waiting for us in the glass.
All right, to really get this, I want you to picture something. Just imagine, you're standing in a vineyard. The sun's warm, you're surrounded by these lush green vines, and right there, filling the horizon, are the massive snow-capped Andes Mountains. Now, this isn't just some pretty postcard scene. This is literally the first chapter of our wine's story.
So, what does a place like that actually taste like? Well, a classic Malbec from Mendoza is just rich, it's full-bodied, and you're going to get these big flavors of dark fruits, like plum and blackberry. Then there are these little hints of spice, maybe some chocolate or vanilla if it's been aged in oak. It's complex for sure, but the tannins, that's the stuff that gives the wine structure. They're so soft and velvety.
Okay, but here's the thing that's kind of wild. Mendoza is a desert. So you have to ask, right? How does this super dry place, sitting right at the foot of the Andes, produce a wine that people all over the world absolutely love? What's the secret?
Well, the answer isn't just one thing. It's everything. It all comes down to the incredible geography of this place. It's like a whole symphony of different elements all working together, shaping the wine long before a single grape even gets picked.
And there's a name for this magic formula, terroir d'altitude, which basically means high-altitude terroir. This is the whole ballgame. It's this one-of-a-kind mix of the land, the weather, and the dirt at these crazy high elevations that gives Mendoza wine its soul. Let's break that recipe down real quick. First, the Andes act like a giant wall, blocking rain and keeping things dry. Second, because you're so high up, you get blazing sun during the day, but really cool nights. Grapes love that temperature swing. Third, all the water comes from pure, mineral-rich snow melting off the mountains. And last, the soil. It's all rocky and sandy stuff washed down from the Andes, which is perfect for forcing the vines to struggle and produce amazing grapes. It's the perfect storm of conditions.
And when we say high altitude, we are not kidding around. Some of these vineyards are planted up to 1,500 meters. That's nearly a mile high. Up there, the intense sun makes the grapes develop thicker skins to protect themselves. And guess what's in the skins? All the good stuff: color, flavor, and tannin.
So, we've got the stage set. Now let's introduce our star player, the Malbec grape. And what's so interesting is that it isn't even from Argentina originally, but it found its absolute perfect home in Mendoza and became the symbol of Argentine wine.
Malbec's journey is pretty incredible. Yeah, the very first vines came with Spanish colonists way back in the 1500s, but Malbec itself didn't show up until the 1800s with European immigrants. It just kind of did its thing quietly for over a century, and then, bam, the 1990s hit, and it just exploded on the world stage. It's a total immigrant success story.
And this is the taste that made everybody go crazy for it. You get all that deep, ripe fruit, those spicy notes, those hints of chocolate and vanilla from the barrels. But the real magic is the texture. It's a big, full-bodied wine, but those tannins are so smooth, so velvety, that it's just incredibly easy and enjoyable to drink.
But hold on, because this is where it gets even more fascinating. Mendoza isn't just one single flavor. Even inside the region, the terroir changes from one spot to another, creating totally different styles of Malbec. It all depends on exactly where those grapes are grown.
So let's just take two famous areas. First, you've got Luján de Cuyo, known as the cradle of Malbec. It's a bit lower in altitude, and the wines here are super elegant and complex. Then, you climb higher into the Valley de Uco, the high-altitude frontier. Up here, it's cooler, and the wines become fresher, with more of a mineral taste and firmer tannins. It's the same exact grape, but with a completely different personality.
But the story doesn't just stop in the vineyard or in the bottle. To really, truly understand Mendoza, you have to see that wine is it's woven into the fabric of everyday life there.
Seriously, in Mendoza, wine is not just a drink, it's a ritual. It's what brings friends and family together. It's the centerpiece of the dinner table, a reason to gather, to share amazing food, and to connect. It's a huge part of who they are.
And here's a perfect and delicious way to see that in action. If you're eating some classic empanadas, you'd probably drink a young, fruity Malbec with them. But if it's time for a traditional asado, that world-famous Argentine barbecue, oh, you're going to break out a bolder, more complex Malbec that can stand up to all that incredible grilled meat. It's just a perfect match.
So, you see, a glass of Mendoza Malbec is so much more than wine. It's a taste of the Andes Mountains, it's a taste of the desert sun, and it's a taste of Argentine culture. And that leaves you with one last thought. If a place can write a story that distinct and that delicious in a simple glass of wine, what kind of incredible stories are just waiting to be discovered in the other foods and drinks you love?